Well, good morning. It's Crazy Cheap Chick, and tonight I'm making Salisbury steak with potatoes. It is so yummy and so inexpensive. My mom used to make it probably once a week when I was a kid, so it's like a comfort food to me. I haven't made it in a long time, and now I realize as an adult that she was teaching me how to be frugal and how to save money. I just didn't realize it because she knew how to stretch a dollar. She still knows how to stretch a dollar. And not every kid appreciates every meal their mom makes, but this was a meal I really, really liked. And even my own kids, I have a daughter that when she was growing up, every time I made ham and beans, she'd go, "I guess I'm just getting cornbread for dinner." She hated ham and beans so much, and I hardly ever made them because I'm not a big fan either. And then I have a grandson that when I cook something, I either get a thumbs up, sideways, or down. So don't get offended if people don't like your food. I mean, everybody has different tastes and they like different things. And who can account for what you like and don't like? There's some things I love, other people absolutely hate. I love green beans. My husband can't stand them. So let's get cooking. I don't know about you, but after dealing with the world all day, I have no energy by dinner time. So I oftentimes kind of cook or prepare some of the items for dinner first thing in the morning before I go to work. So what I did was I peeled some potatoes, and as long as they're covered with water, they will not brown. I'm sure you know that. And now I'm going to take this Salisbury steak, which I just took out of the freezer, and I'm going to take it out of the package and marinate it all day. I've got the meat out of the package and in a bowl, and I'm going to marinate it. Now, I usually just use Worcestershire sauce and a little rice vinegar. What do you use? I'm just curious. Leave me a comment if you want. And so this is gonna marinate all day. It's gonna thaw out in the refrigerator and it's gonna marinate at the same time. So by dinner time, this will be ready. I've also pre-cut up one bell pepper and one onion. It looks like it's mostly onion and the green peppers on the bottom. Now I'm going to take this Salisbury steak and just kind of cube it. I'm just going to let that marinate a little bit longer until I'm ready to cook it. Well, we're just heating up a little olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and add some onion and green pepper. Now, I don't think I cut up one whole onion and one whole green pepper. That's probably too much. I probably just need about half of that, maybe half an onion, half a green pepper. I'll leave these for tomorrow night. Of course, I put garlic in almost everything because I really like garlic, and it's healthy. It's good for you. If you don't like garlic, you can leave it out. Now I'm just going to add in the rest of the meat, or all of the meat, the cubed meat. Now that's just the Salisbury steak that I cut up. I had some dollar tomatoes that I just roasted this afternoon just because I didn't want to waste them. But when my mom was making this dish, she always added just a can of tomatoes. And it's whatever kind of tomatoes you want. It doesn't have to be fire roasted tomatoes. Okay, so I've been adding in the tomatoes. Now my mom would always add in a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of water, but since I used these homemade roasted tomatoes, I'm just going to have to guess. I think it's going to probably take another cup of water, though. Cup of water number 2. And now we can add in the potatoes. I don't know what happened. I went wild when I was cutting up potatoes. But we're just going to put sliced potatoes, and these are just russets. Nothing special. Now I'm going to add a little basil. Honestly, I don't remember my mom adding anything but salt and pepper. She might have, all the standard spices of the 70s she had at her hand. And you don't need to go wild with the salt or the pepper. And so I put basil, I put a little oregano, and I think probably go ahead. I just really like rosemary, so I'm going to add a little rosemary. But, season it how you like it. Then you're just going to put a lid on it. and cook it until those potatoes are done. I'm cooking this on a 6, and that's probably a little too high. I might turn it down a little bit. And it'll take, I don't know, I mean, it takes till it's done. And that's usually like half an hour once it starts cooking. Depends on how tender you want your potatoes also. Now, I will say, like, when my mom made this, she would not cut the Salisbury steak up. She would just, like, kind of fry them and then put the potatoes around them, and then you would take that piece of meat out and have to cut it up. But you see, I'm lazy. I'm way lazier than my mom. I cut that meat up so I don't have to cut it when I'm sitting down in front of a TV eating my dinner. So you can do it either way. It works. We're getting there. I'm going to add just a little bit of butter. And, you know, you have to stir the potatoes once or twice while it's cooking to make sure they all get evenly cooked. And I think we're ready to eat. Doesn't that look good? You can sprinkle a cheese on it if you want, but it's good on its own. Well, thanks for watching my video all the way to the end. If you got anything out of it, give me a like, comment, or please subscribe. That would help me out so much on my journey to 1,000. It seems like a very long journey. But I do appreciate your watching, and I hope you have a great evening.